We are in, Jerry. We dived in. Now everyone can hear what you say, so you watch out now more. Now it's not just me. So how are you doing, Jerry? Thank you so much.
Doing good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
It's snowing here in upstate New York. Been snowing all morning.
Oh my God. So now, like, for me, it's summer. For you, it's still snowing.
Yeah, well, it's still officially winter. Spring doesn't start for another week. We got time change coming up this weekend, so it'll be springing ahead an hour. We'll lose an hour of sleep, but we'll gain more daylight savings time. So, but spring's actually the 21st of March. So we're still in winter mode still.
So you wish to live in a place where it's hot all the year around, or do you enjoy the snow?
No, I enjoy the snow. I mean, I like it for the holidays. I like it for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's about it. Other than that, I don't really care for it, But I like the humidity. Humidity is sticky, and I don't like the humidity. The sun's okay, but the humidity, forget about it. I can't deal with the humidity. I'm too old for that crap.
So what? The humidity, it comes from the snow or the sun?
Well, the snow was nice. The snow was cold, and I like it when it's freezing, but I like it I like getting between 35 degrees to about 70. That's about it. Anything beyond that is either too cold or too hot.
I want to tell you how I fucked my apartment up this winter.
Oh, no.
So, Jerry, for me, I have to do all the mistakes to learn. Like, I'm not living with my mom and my girl is not here. So I do all the mistakes that you could imagine. Like
I can only imagine.
I don't even try to avoid them. I live day by day like you.
There you go. That's all you have to do. You can't plan ahead because it never works out. So I just go day by day.
So
Someone said to me, "Hey Jerry, Someone said to me, "Hey Jerry, do you want to go to the beach next week?" I don't know what next week's going to bring. It might rain next week. It might,
Yeah. So it was cold this winter for me. Cold. Like it wasn't snowing, but like camels don't handle the snow. Like that camels die in the snow.
Yeah.
So I feel like
I took history class in school. I read a little bit of history in school.
Yeah. So also Arabic people die in the snow.
They stay out too long. If they stay out play with a snowman too long, then they're gonna make love to that thing. It's gonna come to life. Like Frosty, forget about it. It's not gonna happen. You will die first.
But we don't get burned. Like I used to work in summer outdoor the whole day, the whole summer, and I just get darker and darker, but my skin doesn't get burned or red or like.
Oh, I burn up like a chicken. Let me tell you, I'm crispy. 10 minutes out in the sun for me, I'm crispy.
Yeah, I know. So this
I'm so red. I'm so red that I look like a stoplight. And right now I'm so white I look like a ghost.
I can see through you. I can see your shit.
Anybody can see through me. And you ain't got to be a Superman. You don't need any X-ray vision. You just see right through me all the whiteness you got.
So this winter came and it kills me. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like when I open the windows or when I leave the house, I freeze. So I closed the whole house for 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
And I no air. I thought that I can keep it warm. And then one night I go to sleep and I see the fan. There is some green stuff grow in the fan. Really, I was about to die, and you are there.
Was it pot?
No. I wish I would smoke it, but it's like from humidity, or I don't know what happened. Anyway, when this, so I don't know what's the name, but my girl told me when the air doesn't come, this grow. Whatever.
Yep.
I have no idea it even happened to me, and I still don't know the name. Hopefully, I don't see him again. Hopefully. That's why I don't want to learn the name.
That's green dust.
So that happened, and I'm like, fuck. Am I gonna die? Because I thought that maybe I'm gonna sleep and never wake up. But I thought like if I breathe it, if I inhale this stuff, I will get poison. So I took the matrix and I sleep in the living room. I camp in the living room.
That does travel, you know. It could be from your bedroom going into your living room, and you don't know.
Where should I go, Jerry? In the balcony,
Outside.
in the garbage.
Outside.
I'm gonna die from the cold. I will die from the cold.
You'll die either from the germs inside the house or die from the cold. Take your pick.
Anyway, and when I was sleeping in the living room, I hear the fridge. I'm like, so there is no chance. Like God is messing with me that night. Anyway,
he messes more with me than he does you. Are you kidding me?
So yeah, I cleaned them, and it wasn't something dangerous or anything. But you never know, Jerry. You never know new stuff. Like one person, he drank milk that was in the fridge for a couple more days, and he died. We are very weak.
Oh my God. Wow. No, I look at the dates. If they're expired, they go in the garbage. If I see something growing on top of something that should be growing, in the garbage. I just recently threw out over $100 worth of food that had expired because I didn't eat it.
But what do you think, like, for example, homeless people, sometimes some people, they die, but sometimes our body tries to figure out way to survive.
Well, listen, the homeless people, they go in the shelter. They put them in shelters in the wintertime when it gets below a certain temperature. And then they get sheltered. They get a place to stay, so they stay warm. Some people don't want to do it. They stay out in the cold and they take a shit. They get all cut. You get bundled up. You get bundled up. You wear layers and layers of clothes and keep yourself warm. You're not going to freeze. But if you don't layer yourself with clothes and take care of yourself, you could die in the cold. It doesn't, it's the way how people dress, and prepared. A lot of people they rather go to get fed, get some hot soup and stuff. They go to these shelters around the areas, and they go to these shelters. And that's what they do. There's more homeless people in the city than there is in the countryside, because in the countryside, everybody's all related just about. So they go to a cousin's house or uncle's house or aunt's house. Where you live in the city, they're all too high, too stupid to realize if they have any relatives or not. So they figure they go camping out into the missionaries. I kid you not. I took my dad. My dad is the biggest hypocrite of all time. He's very prejudiced. Because he's old school. You can't fix stupid in old school. So one time I take him to a doctor's appointment down through Albany, down in the city of Albany, and there's a bunch of homeless people down there. They're holding signs up saying, first of all, they can't be that poor if they got to hold signs up saying I'm poor, I need money, Between New York City and upstate New York, there's a big difference in homeless people. And I keep saying, I say this in my set, the homeless people down in New York City they're professionals. Compared to the ones here upstate New York. Why do you say? Because the homeless people down in the city use shopping carts. They get around in shopping carts and they fill all the crap in their shopping carts. Up here, the homeless people, they will hold signs up and they got a new pair of sneakers on, they got a backpack on, they got a cell phone in their hand, and they're getting juiced up, but they're claiming they're homeless. You're not that homeless.
Yeah,
you're lazy. You're lazy. Clean your room.
But like that in Yemen, it's like you are the president, because only the president live like that.
Exactly. And here's another thing. I don't know if you ever knew this or not, but down in Virginia, the state of Virginia, if you go down there, of course, there's homeless people down there too, but they got signs out by the mall area complex saying, do not feed the homeless. They're taken care of by the government. But yet you still see homeless people out there begging for food. They're playing cards or whatever, and they're begging for food. But yet there's signs right above where they're sitting down at saying, please do not feed the homeless people. They are taken care of by the government. Now, either these people are really poor or too stupid to read. I don't know. It's just maybe they want more. They're maybe not getting enough from the government. I don't know. But it's weird that I never seen anywhere it's out. But I'm thinking maybe Albany should have signs like that saying that if we're not homeless, we're just really, really lazy. We don't want to clean our room or do our homework, but we need money to survive, you know?
Yeah. So did I tell you about the Yemeni vaccine?
What's that?
The Yemeni vaccine, the Yemeni
No.
No. So,
No.
so when COVID started, people thought that it may kill everyone. You know, people. So in America there was strong lockdown, but
Yep.
in Yemen, everyone who has COVID, they shot him because they are like. They are like, this is like the government, how they convince people. They are like, if we don't shoot him, he's gonna kill everyone. So what's better, Jerry? One person die or the whole country? There is no health system. There is no health system. So that's like our government are very wise, are very smart.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't gotten any shots because I did get COVID 2 years ago. I was sick for 3 months, and they said I was immune. I was immune for 6 months, and I haven't gotten a shot since. But all the other stuff that's going, all other diseases and variants come out, I haven't gotten any of it. I'm thinking this is my thinking only that they just want to keep giving us shots to see how doped up it can really be. Because that's why I'm looking at it. We should get a shot every year like the flu shots. No, I don't even get a flu shot because every time I get a flu shot, I get sick. I will be sick for a couple of days. I don't want to be. First of all, I can't. I don't like needles. I don't. That's why this is why I'd be a poor person to advocate for drugs, because I can't do drugs because it hurts. It's like a bad marriage. It hurts. Needles with drugs in it is like a marriage going through a bad marriage in a divorce court. It's just hurts too much.
Oh my God. But you know, now in Yemen, there is no more restrictions. So they don't kill you if you have COVID.
Well, right now, I guess they just recently lifted the restrictions up around a lot of like the stores. You can go in stores without a mask on. You can go into restaurants without a mask on. But you can't, and schools now just recently lifted the mandate for wearing masks in schools. So you can you can still keep it, if you want to, you still wear your mask, but you don't have to anymore. The only places you still have to wear a mask is at your doctor's office. If you go to the doctor's or a train station or a bus station, you still have to wear a mask, which doesn't make any sense to me, because if you're crowded in stores and supermarkets and concerts and everything else, what's the difference in the health departments or on a train or a bus? You're still with people.
Jerry, you know what I love? I love you, and I love all your opinions. You don't have to be right, but I love them. Maybe you are wrong.
Thank you.
I love them. I love them.
Thank you.
And
because I make sense. I make sense.
Yes, yes. And I want to tell you, have you you remember when I told you that? So in Yemen, if you go with the credit card, that there is inside it 1 billion, or if you have $10 in cash, the $10 does more in Yemen. There is no ATM, there is no bank.
Just carry cash is easier.
If you are in Yemen now, and I offer you,
they would shoot me.
No. But I want to tell you just, I want to give you the formula. You know, like there is math formula. There is.
Yes.
I give you this formula is my formula. I own it. Not science. So if you have a man in the US and man in Yemen, and you offer the man in the US, you want 1 billion in credit card or 1,000 cash. he will choose the 1 billion. Makes sense. Like
Right.
when you talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
COVID, it makes sense. But if
Makes
you are,
sense. Yes.
but if you are in Yemen and someone asks for, and someone tell you you want 1 billion in the bank or 1,000 in cash, they will take the
Think
1,000 in cash because nothing makes sense in Yemen.
nothing makes same things happen here, but nothing makes sense here either. It's just insane. You ain't gotta wear a mask in restaurants or schools or churches, but you have to wear a mask when you're on the train, on the bus, or you're at the doctor's office. What the hell is up with that?
What
That
the
doesn't make
what,
any sense.
Jerry? What the
The
what?
hell is wrong with people? That's like saying, well, if you drink a lot of alcohol, you'll get drunk, but if you smoke a lot of pot, you'll get high. But it's a lot better to get high than it is to get drunk, because you can somewhat remember when you're high than you are when you're drunk. No, you don't. You're drunk and high. You don't remember nothing. You don't know nothing.
Yeah, it's just
They say that you should experience getting high. Why? Look stupider than you are now? I can do that without being on dope.
oh my, you know,
People think I'm on dope every day because the way I laugh. No, that's just me.
uh, for example, in the airplane, you can drink alcohol, you can get
Yeah,
drunk, and it's
yeah.
drugs. It's you can die from it if you take
Mhm.
drink so much, but it makes sense. So
It makes sense.
because
That-
I feel that everything we do, not just drinking or COVID, um, it's things that make sense and things that our parents pass it to us and that feels good for us. Or what do you think?
I think we're making our parents look stupider than they were when they were our age. And I'll tell you why. Because everything in this world has changed since their time. Now, look at math, for example. We talk about math a lot. Here in the United States of America, they have a thing called Common Core math. I don't understand it. The kids don't understand it. Even the teachers are teaching don't understand it. What does this have to do? The government that mandates this don't even understand it. That's like giving someone medicine and think it may make you not feel better. You may get sick or you may die. Hello? What's the sense of that? What is the sense of that? Or that's like saying you get a cheap condom hoping that it doesn't break while you're having sex with your girl, but there's a really slight chance that a 98.5% that condom's going to break because it's from a dollar store. It's thin. Hello? Why would you do that? You
Nothing
just
makes
don't. People, this is what bugs me a lot. People do such stupid things. I just did a podcast a night or two ago, with the war between Russia and the Ukraine, and they
oh
were fighting about over land. Let me explain. Let me explain something to everybody out there. If you think you own your home, you do not own your home or your land. Why? Because when you die, you can't take it with you. You know who gets it? The government gets it. The land tax, you're paying land taxes for something that you have to get special permission to build things on. If you own that land, you can build anything you want. You don't need any permission. Why? Because the government owns it. You do not own it. Everybody said they own their own business, they own their own company or their own house and cars. No, you do not. Absolutely not. Why? Because they don't realize that when you die, that doesn't go with you. You lose ownership. That's like when you're married to somebody, it's forever. No, you're not married forever, because when you die, you get to go so up to heaven and pick up 72 more virgins up there.
Jerry, give me, I have a question for you. But
Sure.
your house, you can give it to your kids, or you can give it to charity, or you can do anything. Why would you leave it to the government? Before you die, decide what you want to do with it. Give it for Yemen kids.
Okay, listen. Again, you missed my point. You die. My kids are going to die someday. If I give my house to my kids, they're going to die someday. Where's it going to go? Back to the government.
Oh, you mean in the long
Are you
term?
catching up with me now?
In the long term.
There's two things that last forever, Ma. Two things. And keep this in mind.
Okay.
Taxes and death. They last forever. When you're dead, you're not coming back. Taxes are forever. And so is death. Death is forever.
Wow. It's raining. Let me close the window just to make sure that.
It's snowing here.
Yeah.
Want a snowman?
I don't wanna upload the video on YouTube with us talking and rain. It's like we are talking outside.
The rain's even getting excited. They went and on. It said, yes, he's right. He's right.
Yeah. So Jerry,
It's a sad day in Yemen.
Yeah, what you say, it makes sense in the long term, because in the short term your kids will take it, but in the long term God will take it, not even the
Exactly.
government. So
But here's the thing. You put all this money and time and effort as you're alive into your house that you quote own. Okay.
Yeah.
When you pass on, all that money and time went to the house. Where did it go? Away. Why? Because whoever buys that house next, whoever gets the house next, is going to change everything you did to that house to make it that house.
So what should people do? What's your advice? They should rent.
Rent. Just rent. Rent. Let the landlord fix it. Someone break, they can fix it. You will save money. Rent a car. When it goes, they gotta fix it. Rent it. Rent your children. If they don't love you, you get them out and get new kids that love you.
How about, you know what's funny? People that buy house buy loan. So they work all their life to pay the government and get done.
Exactly. And then when you die, who's paying that loan? It's a circle jerk. It's a circle jerk.
Yeah, but also it's funny that people trap themselves. Like you are free, but you go next morning, you take loan, and now you have to pay them. You cannot take.
And
interest.
you're broke. You're born broke. You die broke. Just like you're born wearing diapers, and you'll die wearing diapers if you make it that far.
Like you don't even have more chances to take the risk in your life, because by the end of the month they want their money. So you are, but Jerry, what's the solution? What people should do? Rent, and what work they should do for the government?
For the government, you got a government to get jobs. There was a saying by President Reagan, and I think he was one of the greatest presidents that ever lived back in the 80s. He served 2 terms and everything made sense. He says that we don't need all this government because all it's going to do is cause chaos. Hello, what has happened? We got to have government to think for us. You got to have a government to see the things for schools. You need a government to how to deal with the road. What's next? We need a government how to deal with sex. Are you serious? If you don't know anything about sex, then you have problems. You shouldn't be having sex.
You have to pay tax if how many orgasms or sex you have.
Exactly. You're paying tax on that pregnancy. What? Suppose it was an accident.
Jerry,
get insurance.
Before this Zoom, I was in the gym, and everyone in the gym is like breathing and training, and only the guy who has to, I don't know how to call him in English, but the guy who stayed there during, he's working for the gym, trainer, but he's not really trainer because he's just there watching. So
he's just looking for girls.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes, he talks with everyone. But the weird thing is that he's putting the mask, and I'm like, what? If there is aliens come and ask, they are like, why this guy is wearing the masks and the rest of people not wearing? So we're gonna tell the aliens so he doesn't pass COVID, but they will say, what about the others? And that mask doesn't.
The reason why the guy's wearing a mask is because if he screws up, he doesn't want anybody to know what he looks like. If he failed at this test trying to get a woman at a gym, he doesn't want anybody to know what he looks like. He's gonna walk with his face covered up and his tail between his legs, saying, "Oh man, this went wrong." I mean, come on. Listen, my biggest thing was like, why do people go? I hated gym. I hated a gym when I was young. Why would I go to the gym now at this age? My doctor says, Jared, you know you're out of shape. I said, no, I'm in shape. I go, round in shape, isn't it? And he says to me, you ever thought about going to the gym? I said, yes, I thought about it. I said, I made a New Year resolution that I was going to go to the gym. And then next year's resolution is going to be, I'll go into the gym. Here's the way I see this. It makes sense if you've been working out since you were a kid and you want to keep in physical shape. You've been doing it all your life and you want to keep them fit, you know. Because I see some guys are like 70, 80 years old that look really good for their age. You don't even look that age. But I also see some guys that are my age or older walking around, coming out of a shower with a bunch of flab hanging around, looking like Jello, for God's sake, look like used Jello. I don't want to see that. I don't want that.
Yeah. I wanted to tell you that maybe you can tell your doctor when he tell you to go to the gym, tell him, man without stomach, like the hammer without shade.
Well, I told the doctor this. I said, listen, if I was to go in the gym, you'd be losing money. And he goes, how is that? Because I'll be in a good shape. You never see me again.
Oh.
See, I'm a thinker. I keep him busy. I keep him rich because I don't stay in shape. If I were to stay in shape, he's going to lose out.
But
he'll have to get another job.
Yeah, I want to tell you, if you go to the gym, maybe the beginning will be hard, like the first month. It's like you are trying to stop smoking, or because you are trying to add new habit, you are trying to add new thing to your body and to your routine. So adding something to your routine or taking something away from your routine is always hard, and it depends how much you are involved with it. So what I want to say is that if you go to the gym for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, then it will be hard for you to quit the gym as hard as it is now to start the gym. Because once it's in your routine and once your body will ask for it, you will have back pain if you don't go. And you have to do it right. You have to do it also right. Don't go to the gym and break your knee and then you don't add anything to your routine. You add more trouble.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing about the gym situation. Now, I know why a lot of guys like myself go to the gym because they got dirty mind. They want to see these sexy girls work out and get all sweated up. Like, yeah, that's what I want in my life, you know. Think about having a wild, passionate sex in that. But and you know damn well in reality it's not going to happen because that girl will see you. No way. Get the hell out of here. You're too fat. You're not down with that. But the thing is, it's true. It is true. You get going in something, it's hard to get out. Here's one I did a couple years ago. Well, with my 18th girlfriend. She was trying to lose weight. She was trying to lose weight. She wanted to go to the gym because she wanted to lose weight. And we made this bet that I can lose more weight than her. And she was on this keto diet. I didn't know keto. I did things the natural way. She was on this keto diet plus going to the gym. And by me not doing the keto diet, but just going to the gym, I lost more weight than she did. Yes, that's right. Screw you, keto. Call it Jirto.
Wait. Tell me again. She did keto diet, and what did you do?
She was doing the keto diet and going to the gym. Me, I just went to the gym.
And what did you eat? Nothing.
No, I ate, but I drink a lot of water. And I still lost weight than she did. I still won. I was one point down to 208 pounds, where she was still at 218 pounds.
Okay.
That bitch couldn't get ahead of me if she tried. I could take a week off, a month off from gym, and I still have lost more weight than her.
Okay,
It's called determination.
I'm sure that she used to go to the toilet and eat behind your back. Eat chocolate.
No, because every time I seen her, she would like try to be keto. As you know, do that keto, flush it down the toilet because I got this without keto. I'm the Jerry man. I can make things happen without being that crap.
Okay. I will tell you. Can I tell you some science about the keto, like the chicken?
Please do.
Okay.
This is your show.
Okay. So your body has fat. So keto diet, it's like you are only eating fat. You are programming your body to burn and to use fat, because your body needs like gas, needs like petrol. So carbs is like bread, rice, pasta. This is carbs.
Mm-hmm.
So our body works by using carbs and fat, like almonds is fat, cheese is fat, and protein. But protein is more for the muscles, not to burn energy. So now you try to make your body works by using only fat, which is the keto, like cheese, and then you reduce the amount of fat that you are eating. So your body is already machine that only uses fat. So now your body will start to take the fat from your body faster, because it's already programmed to use fat to energy. So your body, it's like if you eat carbs and fat and you want to lose weight, your body will be like using some carbs and slowly losing weight. But when you are only eating keto, your body is machine and programmed to produce energy by burning fat. So now you eat less and it will start using energy by burning the fat in your body. Other thing, when you go to the gym, when you lift heavier weight, like if you lift 80 kilo and I lift 40 kilo, you will lose more weight than me, because you are putting more energy. So your body is using more fuel.
Right.
So I mean, like, I love what you said about COVID, but the keto works. So maybe we might disagree with it, but I still love you, Jerry.
I love you too.
So Jerry,
the thing is,
yeah,
I'm at the age of my point in my life where I'm at 53 years old.
Yeah.
Why am I going to start change my diets now? I don't have much more time to go. That's like putting a new engine in an old car. Things going to run another 20, 30 years. No, that's not going to happen. The body's going to go before the engine does.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
People do things that don't make any sense. I ask myself, why? Why do you do that? Do you know that when the time comes in this earth, you're not going to be that person anymore. You're going to be something else now. You put all this work and effort into something that's not going to last forever. The key point here now is forever. Forever. When you hear these words, I love you forever. No, you can't love me forever, because I'm only here for a short time. When I'm going, that forever goes somewhere else. Just like in the wedding vows, death do you part. That means when you die, you go apart. You go see anybody you want. You got 72 virgins to pick from, because you're already gone.
Yeah.
You can go and date some other loser. Well, I'm picking my virgins up there in heaven. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got it.
People don't understand my way of thinking. People say, Jerry, if you smoke weed and get high, are you more funnier? Yeah, looking. What's wrong with you people? Get it together, will you? That's like going to a grocery store and you get eggs, milk, donuts, juice, soda. And the cashier asks you, do you want a bag for all this? What are you going to say? No, I'm going to try to carry up and see if I can hold the eggs together. Don't break on me on the way at the parking lot. Yes, I want a bag. Here's another dumb question. When a person buys one item, say it's cigarettes or it's condoms, do you want a bag for that? Are you going to, for what? Why? Are you going to, you're killing a tree for no reason. I can carry that. I'm not that disabled. Are you going to walk me up to my car so I don't get mugged or get beat up? Think about that. People don't think anymore. They stop thinking. They get all these ideas. And don't get me wrong, a lot of them are great ideas and they're wonderful, and I hope it works. But they need to realize you're not going to be here forever. This picture painted of a perfect house. You do all you want, but you don't own it. It may say in the paperwork you own it, but in reality, you don't. The government does. It takes it away because they'll do whatever they want with it after you die. You spend all that money. You could have been a millionaire. People say, how can you be a millionaire? Easy. Don't spend your money on stupid stuff. Rent. Just rent. Let the landlord take it. Fix it. You're saving money. You're saving money for God's sake. You could be a millionaire. I had this kid one time. I was in a mall, and this kid found $1 bill on the ground. He picks it up, and he goes to me, excuse me, sir, how can I make this money disappear? I said, easy, you get married. Ta-da! And you know, in school, they sit there and tell you how to save. You start saving. And I had this teacher, he's a wonderful teacher. He's still alive today. He was saying, you start for allowance. You can start saving your money for your allowance, and you can save it and build it up. Save it for college, save it for a house, save it for a car, whatever you want. No, that doesn't work that way.
Save it for sex toys.
Sex toys,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
For me, it never worked that way because you know why? If you have more than one sibling, and you're working, they all know you got money, you're spending money on that and you're still broke. So it doesn't matter how you try to see, you can't save money. You just can't. And the theory is you can't take it with you. What are you gonna do? When you die, where's that money gonna go? All that money you saved and worked so hard for over the years of your life, you rested your ass off for, you put into a savings account. Next thing you know, you die. Then you get your greedy kids getting a hold of that money. They'll give you a cheap funeral because they want all the money themselves so they can buy drugs and alcohol and the house, you know? So all that money you saved for yourself to get forget about it. So here's a lesson learned. When you get insurance, when you get health insurance, make sure you only get enough for you to bury yourself in. That way your kids can't get greedy. And make sure it states on that paper, funeral services only. Because if it doesn't, your kids will put you to a paper bag, ship you down the river somewhere, and they'll be out partying for 6 months.
Oh my God. Jerry, I want to ask you, first of all, what's this gold women? Like, is it like some like the star? There is star in your heart.
The what?
This in front of you, there is like an idol.
The statue?
So what is this about? Yes.
Well, this is my very first statue for doing comedy. I've been doing comedy 8 years in April, and I got this statue because if I don't get shows, I got to prove to people that I'm funny. If they don't think I'm funny, right here, baby, right here is the proof that I'm funny. And not just by looking at me either. I am funny.
Can you explain it more? I didn't understand what's this.
I got this for being an outstanding comedian. When I first doing comedy 8 years ago,
Okay.
I was at a place and they were giving awards at the end of the year for people who were funny, who were inspirational, who were, there were different awards that were given out for this night in the ceremony at this Lark Tavern, which no longer exists. They went out of business because of COVID. But this is my very first award for being an outstanding comedian.
That's cool.
But I tell people, this is because when I was in school, I was a nerd. I mean, I was a real nerd. I mean, I put the N in nerd, let me tell you. And I got voted for being a virgin for the rest of my life. Well, after I turned 20, I broke my virginity. At my reunion, I brought this, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce my award that I got for breaking my virginity at age 20. I am the king of sex. And you want to see people's mouths drop down to the floor? They're like, what the what?
Oh my God.
But this is my inspiration. I do this every time I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel like I've done enough. I use this award to keep me saying I am funny. I am a comedian. I do what I love to do, and that's that.
You are, JD.
Because there has been people in the past that said I wasn't funny enough. I shouldn't even be on the scene, and stuff like that. And they tried to take me down. But I've had other many comedians, other friends that came around and seen my act, listened to my stuff, say you're a hell of a guy. You do a lot for the community. You are funny. You're there for people. You support everybody. You go to the shows. You laugh at all their jokes, even if some are not funny. You still laugh and support them. Yes, I do, because to me they are funny. I'll give you another example. When I was in 5th grade in school, they were giving awards for like your academics, like math, science, music, art. First time ever in history of school, they gave an award for a sense of humor, class clown. Guess who got that award? Me. Why? Because I was very funny at people's jokes. I think even though people didn't think they were funny with their jokes, I thought they were funny. I thought they were hilarious. When people were doing their work the best to try to make people laugh and tell us jokes, I supported them no matter what. I was the kind of person that gave that if people were feeling down, I made their day. I brought their sense of humor up. It's something about me that makes them shine, that they're brightens their day. And even to this day forward, and I worked in the convenience store. When I took off, I tried to commit suicide about 5 years ago. I was missing for like a week, and then I got found. And when I got found, I was in the hospital. My daughter made me watch TV, watch the news. They know how many people were out looking for me. There was within a 24-hour period, I had over 400 people out looking for me.
Whoa.
And my story went from all over the United States plus the UK and other countries. Me being missing, because whenever the convenience store, people that will come into my store or stores I worked at knew me, and they had families over in the other side of the country, the other side of the world, they would jump on and tell me that how I changed their day or changed their kid's life and made it better and made them a happier person. There's days people come in feeling unhappy and miserable and depressed, and somehow, some way, I would say something funny or stupid that made their day, change their day. It's the way I perform. It's like when I do a performance, I perform a certain way. When I work, I perform a certain. I try to keep the energy. I have this energy that's unexplainable. That when I do my job, I make it like I'm doing comedy as well as my job, and people love that. Because I interact with other my coworkers, and we do a lot of things like comedy thing going on between us, and it was like, people were inspired by that, and that blew me away because I didn't know how many people cared about me. All I was doing was trying to think I made a difference. I was just doing my thing. But when I got into this dark depression in my life, I didn't care anybody cared about me. I didn't care about myself. I just thought everything was useless, and I wanted to end my life. And luckily that didn't happen. I'm still here on the grace of God.
I'm glad.
God didn't even want me, apparently. He said, no, I don't even want you up here. So apparently my job, I had to figure out on my own that my job is to entertain people and be funny and keep the world smiling.
Yeah, 100%, Jerry. And I'm glad you are still here. I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
I'm glad you are not in heaven yet.
Yet.
I'm glad
I had to pay taxes when I get there.
Yeah, I'm glad you are not with the 70 virgins yet.
No, it's 72.
Okay, if you have 70 virgins, I don't think it will make difference to get 72 or 70. It's already
72. I would get all 72. They would love me. Jerry. But there's one problem to that situation. Now, my grandfather's also named Jerry. He's been up there for like 10 years already. So I'm sure he can know the virgin he wants up there and taking my virgins away. There are probably no more virgins up there.
You know what you should do? or the virgins quit their job. They are like, fuck this. People who come from Earth, we cannot handle them anymore. What? They are coming with masks.
What's going on here? What's all these virgins? Where do they mean they're not virgins no more? Who did this? Who destroyed them?
Anyway, now people that go from Earth to heaven, they will say to the 70 virgins, show us your safe pass and wear masks during sex.
That way, if I screw up, you won't know who I am. Well, he screwed up here like he did down on Earth. Make sure you're wearing that mask because we don't want to know who he is.
Yeah, we're gonna screw heaven. Nothing will make sense in heaven. It's gonna be like
no.
Oh my God! So you know what Apple Pay? You know Apple Pay?
Yes.
In Yemen, they give you real apples.
Now that's funny.
And it's like, for example, if you sell your camel, you get like 100,000 apple. If you sell your donkey, if you sell your donkey, you get like 10,000. It's same. And the apple that worth more are red. Red apple are like $100. Green apple,
Wow.
green apple are sour. So they are like 50 cents.
Worst kind of apple to get. You must have been really bad.
So like the Yemeni people dream is not to increase their bank account, to change their apple from green to red. That's how it becomes red.
Forget the green, we're going red.
Jerry, do you use the check? You know when someone writes you money in check?
Yes.
So in Yemen, we don't have like credit cards or bank in your phone or all this. So they bring the check. They want to like start improving. Like we are trying to catch up. So they bring
You
like
got a long way to go because you're way behind that part.
So Jerry, when they bring the check, everyone got bulk of check and start buying everything. Let's go.
I still use checks to pay my bills out, believe it or not. I even wrote a check up for me for when I die. Whatever left in my account, just put it in my box. Here's another joke. This guy who was rich had a lot of money, and he had in his will to have his wife write him out a check or to put all his money he had into this coffin. So when he died, before he died, he cheated on her.
Oh.
And then she found out after he had died. So she wrote him a check for $1 million. That's what he had in his account, $1 million. And she took the check and put it into his coffin. But the day before the funeral, she spent all the money on all his money on everything. She made him broke. So, and then her friends goes, well, what if he gets to heaven that bounce backs or bounces? And then she goes, well, then we know where he's going.
Oh my, this girl, for example, if someone is trying to date her, she say like, no, my husband died and I love him. And after 1 month, she will text the guy and tell him, my husband cheated on me. He's dead, but I just found out. So now I can't be in relationship again. I don't love him anymore.
You know what the weirdest thing about funerals, and this I've seen this happen a lot of times. The guy who would die, person who would die because they were an alcoholic, they drank too much and they died. So when they go to the funeral, then they put a 6-pack in his casket. And I'm like, isn't that how he died in the first place? Wouldn't he giving him more beer? You can't drink. His mouth is all sewed up shut. And he's not going to be able to drink it. You're wasting good beer. And he goes, well, the reason why is that because if he goes up there and meets his wife up there and see what he looks like, she may need that to drink herself.
Oh, Jerry, you know what's even more, what's something weird? So in Muslim traditional, we think that if you go to heaven in the grave, you're gonna get you're gonna get key of heaven in your right hand. And if you're going to hell, you're gonna get the key on your left hand. So they cut the left hand of the people that die. So God has no option.
Now that's funny.
Oh my! I don't know. I think this podcast has the highest dopamine level. Like if someone.
Well, you are very welcome, my friend.
No, Jerry, I want to tell you, your energy and your present is not boring. Is always good. Some like.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's like
A lot of people have said that on the Zoom that they enjoy my energy, they enjoy my laughter and stuff, but yet they still mute me.
no,
What
I
the what?
I think doing comedy. That's why some people they come to the Zoom. Wait, Jerry, they come to the Zoom. They are mute and they stop their video. So what the what? It's like
What
one
the what?
like.
I get muted and I'm not even on.
No, I also love that the whole Zoom from beginning to the end, you are there, video and mute.
Oh, when I go on, when I dedicate myself to something, I make sure I'm fully dedicated to it. And comedy is my full dedication. And no matter if I'm first or last, I'll still be on there. Like I was on Zoom last night for Brian and Ham on a meat slap. I was there from the beginning all the way to the end. And I do it with anything I go on. That's how dedicated. I want to hear everybody's jokes. I want to make sure that, I get back. I want everybody took their time to hear my set. I want them to hear I want to hear their set, no matter how lousy it could be, but I'll still laugh because it's the way they say it. People don't realize that when you're doing jokes, if you say it a certain way, it may not be funny, but to me, it's the way you say it, it makes it funny. I love your stuff is hilarious. I love all your stuff, Ma. You are wonderful. You are a very funny comedian. And I see others out there, like some try too hard for their jokes. They do, and I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen it too. But I'll still laugh because I think they're trying their best and they're working hard. They get nervous. I know what like to get nervous. I've been nervous many times, but I want them to feel that they can do it. That they have don't. If you don't get any laughs, they feel like they fail. They don't feel like they're not good enough to be a comedian. Everybody's doing it because they want to be something. They think that they want to be funny. They want to go out there and be the best they can be. Everybody wants that. And I know I don't have a lot of people that are fan favorites of mine. I get that. I understand that. But the ones fans that I have, I know they truly appreciate me and they love me and I give it my best and I support comedy 100%. And I try to be there for everybody because you're there for me. I'm going to be there for you. That's how this works. I've had people get me spots on shows where I'm very grateful for. So I make sure they get the double the pressure back for me being there for them.
No, Jerry, absolutely. I love your point of view, fair point of view. Amazing, because especially now, many people are selfish. So I value you being unselfish. I want to tell you, doing comedy is I feel like you are dancing with the audience because some people they are like they try to work all their life in one set and they are like why people don't laugh like something is wrong. I think or they will write their set and they are like this joke land and they will use it all the time. I feel like yes, use the jokes, you need everything, but it's like you are dancing and you cannot do the same dance all the time and you have to react to the audience.
Well, what they say in comedy, they sit there, they tell you is use your jokes as many times as you want so that make sure everybody hears it. Yes, you're going to get a lot of people that are comedians to hear your same jokes all the time. But if it's funny enough to get the audience attention, you keep using that joke. If you get a joke that's not funny, you keep trying to punch it up and fix it and it's still not funny, get rid of it. Like I'm sure you know that every time I do comedy, I put some of my same stuff in because it's funny, but I also add more onto my stuff to make it funnier. I also put different topics in all the time in my sets because I want everybody to know that I do this by experience in my life. What I do every day is my life. Like the stores I worked in, the things I've gone through, I made jokes out of them. And they're true. You have to be true to yourself. And you make the joke funny. And I see people, yes, they've gone overboard with their jokes, way overboard. But I also see them use it and put it to a different format and added more stuff to it to make it funnier. So that's okay. But if you keep repeating the same line over and over and over again many, many times, it gets boring. You're going to lose the audience because we've heard it. We've heard that before, We got it. Do you have anything else, So
Move on.
Exactly. But when comedy, you have to like, I read a thing about Jerry Seinfeld. He had to go over many times a day to write his jokes out. He's scribbled so many words out and try to make things work. And he's a dry comedian as far as I'm concerned. He's funny, but and I watch the shows, but to me, he's like a dry comic. He's the girl walked past me and she's, oh, are you Jerry Seinfeld? Stuff like that. You gotta put some kind of energy into your stuff. Another one, Kathy. Kathy. She I love her to pieces. I really do. But sometimes she just like sits there like she's just. It's like watching an old channel, one TV station with a woman on her trying to sell knitted sweaters, or knitted gloves, And this is how you do it. You put the needle down through there. And to me, it's like, it's funny, but she's just like, she's the kind of comic that just like Jerry Seinfeld in a lot of ways. So you put this needle through the thread, put up this way, make sure you're crossing it right. And oh, by the way, did I tell you about the story about the horses at the racetrack and how this guy looked like he's wearing flannel and the other ones weren't wearing flannel? It just, or making dinner and they didn't make my dinner right. I had to wait for a long time. It's like something like that, She's got to put more energy into her stuff. Yeah. She's very funny. She's talented, but and people love her, but you got to, put energy into it. Don't put a lot of energy into it. Don't give yourself a heart attack or a stroke. Like when you do your set, you put a lot of energy into your stuff. You do. You put a lot of energy and thought into your stuff. Some people don't do that.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I watch, I observe, I see it. I not only do I listen when you guys talk, do your sets, I observe.
That's cool. And I'm happy
because body language is not a part of comedy. If you just sit down and you start rapping off jokes there, and you'll get some laughs, but you won't get a lot of laughs because people are like, okay, he's just sitting there. Sometimes you gotta make emotions. You gotta like use your hands, use your body for the jokes in order for people to get them. It's like I can see Kathy, and again, I love this girl to pieces. Don't get me wrong, she is funny. But I feel like when I'm watching her, I'm at a senior home. It's a talent show, and Kathy is doing the jokes of the seniors. So that's what I'm saying. But other people, there's some that do the same things, and there's some that are funny, and some that just get. I didn't write anything down. I don't know what I'm going to say. Then why are you on for? If you don't have anything to say, or then you want to try. If you think you can make a fool, and is that worth trying? Then don't be on.
Yeah, I got it.
Be honest with yourself. Be honest. No, as me as a comedian, and I've been doing 8 years in April. I learned a lot as a comic. I really have. And I watch a lot of comedy shows. I watch YouTube. I watch a lot of comedy shows. I watch old comedy, new comedy. And I'm going to tell you something. No matter, you young comedians are wonderful. But if you go back and watch old comedians like Bob Hope, George Burns, Phyllis Diller, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, you'll see that the comedy is way different today than it was back in those days. So totally different. Because nowadays you got to watch out what you say. You can only say certain things before you offend somebody. And I find that totally ridiculous because number one, if you're going to a comedy show, it's going to be funny. And there's people out there talking about racism, religion, politics. Hello? They're all funny because people are being stupid. And you see it on TV every day. So if they don't see it on TV, we'll make sure we see it to their face. See, this is what you guys are doing. Like I've been doing with this rental thing. You don't own nothing. The government owns it. No matter how much work you put into it, no matter how many times you masturbated in that bedroom, you do not own that bed.
Yeah, it's really crazy point of view that like the government, this like organization that lives more than everyone, and we have short like, and it's like organization. It's like but with monopoly or
right.
Monopoly. It's like there is one player in the market. Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because there is logopoly, there is two. I don't know. I fucked up in all my universities. Thanks, Adam.
See, you got that thrive. You get that energy. That's why I love you. when you do your sets, oh my God, you're hilarious. It's the way you say them. It's like people don't realize if you work at a restaurant and you're preparing a perfect dinner, you want to make sure that dinner is perfectly done, perfectly right in order to make it work. Because if it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Not everybody is great. Everybody, no, listen, we're all funny in our own ways. We do it because we love doing, we like to entertain. I do it because I love to entertain. I'm a legend. And even up here, upstate New York, I'm a legend up here. I'm like one of the oldest comedians that performed of all areas. I started doing comedy in my late 40s.
Nice.
Why? Because I was married. I had kids. My first wife told me, because back in my early 20s and 30s, I wanted to do stand-up. I thought about doing stand-up. And my first wife goes to me, well, if you start doing that, we're getting a divorce. Because we know we're never going to see you. You're going to travel all the time. We're never going to see you. And then I had a thought about this one time when I was in divorce court. If I had known that we were going to get divorced a couple of years later, I would have started comedy back then. Just to prove my point.
Oh my God.
So, it's like, and then this girl was dating. And I told her from the get-go, and this is when I started doing comedy. I'm a comedian. I do a lot of comedy. I go a lot of open mics. No, I don't get paid for them, but I do it because I will get spots. People will see how funny you are. They want you on their show because of all the laughter you get and all the energy you bring and all the people you bring, which is true.
Yeah.
And we were together almost 5 years. 5 years. She got tired of it.
Yeah.
First of all, I said to this girl, you don't have to go to all my shows. You don't. Just go to the important ones. And she's like, well, I love being with you. You make me so happy. But I bring you, but you're not happy because you're here. You want to do something else. Well, why can't we do something else? I said, because by the time we get done with comedy, everything's closed. What do you? She's like, why don't we go play pool? I don't know how to play pool. Well, let me go bowling. Forget about that. I'm doing comedy. If I want to be a bowler, I go bowling. If I want to be a guy playing pool, I'd be playing pool all the time. And yet you will still get bored about that. Oh, you do nothing but playing pool all the time, or you're playing bowling all the time. No time for me. What? You wanted me to go bowling. You wanted me to play pool. Next thing you know, can we just stay home and watch TV all day long? So I started watching TV all day long. And after 6 months, oh, I'm bored of that. What? How did you get bored of that? I don't know. I just want to do this. What do you want to do? I want to go skydiving. No, I don't want to go skydiving. I'm afraid of heights. Or she wants to go four-wheeling. We don't have a place to go four-wheeling. And she's from the South. She was born in Georgia, but she was also she spent a majority of her time in Maine, where things you do all the time. Down in Georgia and Alabama, there's always things to do down there throughout the years. Hiking, fishing, hunting, having sex. I mean, up here, you get more. You get skiing, snowmobile riding, ice skating, roller skating, dancing, going to monster trucks, having sex during monster trucks. I mean, there's so much to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, but she didn't want, I can't ski. I don't want to go snowmobile ride. But yeah, you want to go four-wheeling? And that's more dangerous than going snowmobile riding, for God's sakes. The girl was like 16 years younger than me. I don't know what she wants. She got two wonderful, beautiful kids, but yes, women don't know what they want. No, they don't, because we tried as many times to satisfy their needs. There's never enough. Oh, I don't want to do this thing. She would say, I would ask, where do you want to go to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to go? And I would say, how about we go to Applebee's? No, we already been there this one time this week. I don't want to go back there again. All right, well, what about let's go to Chili's? No, we were there 2 weeks ago. What? Well, how about McDonald's? No, we're not doing McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell. All right, how about we go to Recovery? No, I was there last month. Where the hell do you want to go? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I just told you where I want to go, but you didn't want to go there. So why am I making these suggestions to go places you don't want to go?
Yeah, that's...
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's like saying, 1 minute I want to have sex. No, I got a headache tonight. Or you start getting, then it's just a period. I mean, you can't win.
Yeah.
You can't. Men cannot win.
Yeah. but we try. Jerry, I'm so hungry, and now when you say jokes, I feel like my stomach is hitting the bones. So I gotta go and eat
All right.
something. But Jerry, I swear to God, there is no, I don't know how many dopamine level we put here, but it could like bomb one country. It a nuclear
All
bomb.
right. Woo!
But that was good. I
I'm really
wish,
bombing it today.
yeah, are you coming to my, I am hosting today at 7 p.m.
I can't make tonight because I'm going to my cousin's house for dinner, so I can't make tonight, but I'll make the next one.
Yeah, enjoy your night with your cousin Jerry. I appreciate you
I
being
will.
here. You know that I love you. You know that everyone
I love you
loves
too,
you.
man.
Everyone loves
You are
you.
one of my favorites. I enjoy you. I am honored to be on your podcast. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be on your show.
The same, Jerry. You are like, I really love you. You are the best. So take care.
I love you too, and you're the best.
Enjoy.
You just keep being you.
You too. Bye bye. Enjoy.
All right. Take care.